Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are gonna talk about something incredibly important, a real life story that carries a deep message for all parents. You know, there's something that always happen to us, to families, like sometimes people get married and they separate, or maybe something happen like what has brought that this message that we are gonna talk about today is something which has affected me so deeply, and which I believe all of you, if you've not experienced this, if you've not come across this, you are going to be affected as well. This story is so deep that I'm going to talk about today. It's so deep that it has affected me badly, which I know is going to affect you too. Yeah, so guys, as I've said, this title that we're going to talk about today is something which is like deep and shocking. Okay, you see, like as parents, sometimes we get married and then we separate. And then when we separate, some may even leave their children with their partner, and then they will never get in touch with their children again. And then years later, because of that mistake they've made, one of them end up marrying their own children, or the sibling end up marrying their sisters or brother. Just like what happened that I'm gonna talk about today. That has really affected me, and I feel like all parents should be aware. So like this woman, there's a woman who, like, one time she had a child, and the child was only 4 months. But then when the child was only 4 months, she applied for a green card and she got it. She got the green card. So what she did now, like, you know, husband and wife, like you sit down and talk. So the woman thought that maybe when she go to America, she's going to make a better life for her and her family, which was a good thing, which if any man who understand would like be happy for that. But his man was not seeing it like that, and I have a feeling like his man, when it was his wife, he was already seeing somebody, because this woman left the child when the child was only 4 months, and the moment she left, she stayed in the US for like 1-2 months. They were in communication, and she was sending even small money. But then within that 2 months, the man blocked her. But before that, even she was asking the man if he could send the child picture, but the man would not send the child picture to her, and then he blocked her. But the moment he blocked her, he brought in another wife. So now when he brought this lady, he told the wife that this child's mother disappeared. The wife asked where. She just said the wife just disappeared. So he convinced his new wife to look after this child. So this new wife looked after this child like her own child, even though she had one other child. So now this child now is now of age, is above 18. Yeah. So now the husband, because he blocked this woman's number and also moved, they changed the address. When the woman went, she tried to look for the child, she could not find the child. When she looked for the man, she could not find the man. I think she was not in touch with maybe the in-laws or whatever, something like that. So she tried, according to her, she tried everything. She could not find the man, she didn't know how her son looked like. She didn't even know, have a clue. And to be funny enough, the child also does not look like the mother, does not even look like the father. So now what happened is, after some time now, our ex, this is when you say that men are wicked. Guys, men are wicked. Men are wicked than monster, or than witch, or than Satan, or than anything. Men are wicked, because this man decided to use his younger brother. He told his younger brother that, look, I'm going to give the number of my ex, and because she has lots of money, I want you to use her son to extract money from her. Can you imagine? So now, yeah, he gave the brother. So now this man contacted the woman on WhatsApp. They started communicating and they became like friends. And then one time, her son now came to say hello, and then from there they fell in love. They started now communicating, they fell in love, and then one time, but when they fell in love, the uncle knew that this son was talking to the mother. Instead of telling the son that, look, this is your mother, he did not tell her, because his plan with the son was to extract money from his own mother. So now these people started dating, and then one time the woman went to her country busy, and she was busy. She was sleeping with her own son. They were like they were deeply in love, that all the time they exchanged words, they had sex, they did everything. Imagine guys sleeping with your own mother. Imagine you, a mother, sleeping with your own son. Guys, can you see that? Try to imagine, guy, yourself sleeping with your own son, or try to imagine yourself sleeping with your mother. How would you feel? So now the second time she came back, this time she had come maybe with a lot of plan, and now the uncle brought some like kind of maybe camera guys so that they can confront the mother. I think the uncle became mad because like when the lady that she introduced to the son, when they came the first time she came, she did not bother to see her. She just went and met the son, stay with the son, with his nephew the whole time, and the woman did not come to like maybe or come to her, like he wanted like to come and thank her that for introducing this woman's son to her mother, and he wanted like a gift or something. But because they did not do that, now this time he decided to lie. He was now ready to reveal. So now even before the lady came, the lady had promised to give her something, but now when the lady came, he now wanted the gift there before he can like talk about, like tell the woman that you're sleeping with your son. He became like very mad. He became like and then from there, that's how everything came out. And you know what, this person you're sleeping with is your son. You imagine guys how this man, the ex-husband and the brother, how wicked they are. This story is going on. If you other people who might watch this, they know about this story because this story has been going on as well. So this has brought to me like, I think there's something here that we all parents need to be aware. Because if I may ask, imagine, like you can have a lot of questions in your mind if you come to realize that you've slept with your own son, and the son, because if you are not strong, this message, someone may look at it like it's something not serious, but this message is a wake-up call for all parents. It's a very, very serious, very, very serious, because if you are not strong, the son could even decide to commit suicide, or the mother, if they are not strong people, each of them, one of them could decide to commit suicide, because just try to imagine you sleeping with your mother or you sleeping with your son. Just try to imagine that. So this is a wake-up call, because many will ask also like, okay, the mother, the first thing you might also say, you can blame the mother as well. You may say, okay, you left a child. So from this story, what does it tell us? It tells us that we parents, we have responsibility. That even if like you left your child somewhere, you need to try and make sure you get in touch. Like for this time, for example, this one, even though the father is to blame, but also as a mother, now that she was dating a younger guy, first thing she should have said, look, I left a young child here. I left a child that was very young. So this boy tell me is younger than me. She should have asked for the age, and then when she see that the age is like the age of her son, she should have first asked, she should have asked the date of birth of the child or the month, and that boyfriend tell her his date of birth, and she find that the age is like the same like her son. She should have been a bit concerned. She would have say, okay, who are your parents? She could, just because your child is there in the same country, you can't find him, so she should have like say, who are your parents? Who is your dad? That kind of thing before like going like so deep into this relationship with this boy. Yeah, I think that is one of the mistake she made. And also the father on the other side never told this boy that the mother, this stepmother, is not his mother. He never told him. So now when the boy asked the father, why you didn't tell me? That I was gonna tell you later when you're mature. That when I'm mature, like when? Like then he said like when he's a bit older. So the son was like, are you gonna tell me when I'm 40, when I'm 50? So you see, the father she did big mistake. He should have told the son, look, your mother has gone to America, or something like that. Yeah, he didn't tell him. Even when he knew his son was, can you imagine guys, even when he knew his son was dating his mother, he did not tell the boy. He did not even stop him. As long as the boy was bringing the money, that was it. The only reason why this thing came out, when he was getting the money through the child, the boy, the son, and he was not giving the money to his brother, his younger brother, and then his younger brother now became mad. He decided to expose everything, and the uncle was also very bad. He decided not to tell the boy. So we all need to be responsible. If you leave a child somewhere, you should at least try. Because this lady say she could not find anyone. She should have tried. Should have even tried, like try look for the friend of the uncle. This is a wake-up call for all parents, that if you separate with somebody, if you know, like you separate with somebody, try and keep a record, or at least try to look for that child. Try to use law and look for that child. Like the same thing happened to one of to two siblings. This one like this man would have children with any woman and leave them. Would have children with this woman and then leave them. So now it happened like one time these two of the siblings, they meet in one university, and they didn't know they were siblings. They fell in love. They started living together. Now the girl became pregnant. So now when the girl became pregnant, and now the time was for her, the boy was to introduce the girl to the father. The girl knew her father, the boy knew her father. Now when they went for the introduction, only to come to realize they are siblings. And now it was now too late. When they tried to separate them, the boy wanted to separate, but the girl didn't want. She was so much in love with the boy now. And now they have a child coming. So you see, so this is something that we parents, we need to like take so seriously. When you separate with your husband, when you leave a child somewhere, try to follow up. Also, you know your husband has many wives, many children. You should try and make sure these children get to know each other. You should try everything, make sure these children get to know each other. And also, when your children are growing up, you should tell your children all these things, that they should be careful. If they ever get married somewhere, they should try and make sure they're in contact with their children, even though they separate. You should teach them to do that. Yes. You should try and keep all the documents. You should try and use legal advice. You should try everything to make sure, and be open. Don't be ashamed. Be open and tell your children family background or the family problem. Talk to your children. Don't be ashamed of it. Try to create a legacy of truth, because one time your child is going to come back looking for the answer, and the truth should be there ready waiting for them. So my advice, I would say that look, we should try and be honest with ourselves, that we try to tell the truth, let the truth be out there to our family members, not to hide things. So I want to ask you, if you found yourself, if this was to happen to you, what would you do? How would you take it? And what advice do you give to others out there? This story may be difficult to hear or even to swallow, but this just tells us that the thing that we do today is going to be waiting for us there in the future. So in this case, we have to stay honest, we have to stay present, and above all, we have to stay connected. So if you find this story meaningful, resonate with you, please like, share, and subscribe. So if you or someone you know is struggling with family disconnection, please don't hesitate to seek support. Let's build a world where every child knows where they come from.